Hey, welcome to Rock Roll Medicine. I'm here with Jimmy Waldo from the legendary band Alcatrazz. How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing good. How's it going?
We got a little late start, technical difficulties, but all's good.
Right. Are you in, where are you exactly?
I am in Kansas City.
Oh, okay. I'm in Chicago.
Oh, you're not okay. You're Central as well. So
Yes.
when they told me Pacific, I was like, okay, I gotta.
No, and
I was
I
got 2 hours.
lived in LA for years. I mean, for over 30 years. But I've lived in Chicago for 6 years.
Okay.
So, but it still hasn't, a lot of people think I'm still living in LA or something. Thank God I don't.
Yeah, I mean it's a mess right now. I
Oh,
mean, no.
it's always been a mess from the first day I moved there. And back in those days, it was party time, and
Yeah, yeah.
you got money, and it's all good. But after about a year, it was like you really see the underbelly of that
So were
city.
you living there in '83 then
Yes,
as well?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So you were there just before the real madness started. I
yeah,
mean, with the old school groups, Quiet Riot, Rap, Motley Crue, those guys,
yeah.
Wasp. Did you hang out with any of those guys, or were you kind
Uh,
of on your own?
I played in Quiet Riot for 3 years,
Oh, okay.
toured with them, and we were good friends. So I hung out with them a lot. And Motley Crue. I mean, I knew some of those guys just casually. We in the beginning, Alcatrazz was rehearsing at SIR, and Motley Crue was in the next room, so they would come over and listen to us, and I would go over and check them out. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
very cool guys, and
I think that's how it was back in those days. Is
it
one
was
band's recording in the next room and this and that, and they get along. And when I think of Alcatraz, though, I think of I also think of like Accept. I think of Saxon. I think of um, just those bands. Whether it's on because it wasn't they weren't glam bands, so it was like the real hard and heavy hard rock of
right,
the 80s, right?
right.
That to me is what I think of when I hear and think of Alcatraz, because you there's a special place in my heart for that era. It was probably 83 and 84, maybe a little 85. Um and it's just that part is always because I was like what in 84 I was 12. so
Wow.
so
God.
that's a big influence on me as far as like the impact and what I remember. And and you guys have historically had some really good, I don't want to say just guitarists, because there's you have other people in the band as well, and just musicians in general, right? Coming in and out of the band. um How was that? I mean, did you ever notice that, say, Ingve or Steve Vai was just gonna blow up?
Um, yes, actually, Ingve, I knew he was out of here. I knew he was gonna go on to be Ingve. you know, uh, and when he left, it was there was a real good vibe. I mean, he and I hugged each other and we just talked, and said, "Hey, man, I knew that you got to go do." He says, "Yeah, I got to do my own band, my own thing." I said, "I knew that. A player like that, a writer player like that, yeah, you expect that." Um, so there was no hard feelings at all. And the same with Steve Vai. Steve, we made a great record and we toured and it was great. We had a lot of fun. Steve was a lot of fun as a person, but also amazing guitar player, writer. But I kind of knew, that he wouldn't be around. And so when he told me he was joining David Lee Roth, I was not surprised, and I wished him well because that's a great gig. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't, you don't turn that gig down,
No, no, no. It'd be hard
So
to.
I totally understood, and he was cool. It was like we're all adults.
Right.
it was fine. And so yeah, those were all, that's good. That's good stuff. Not a problem. And you just move on, and
Yeah. Well, and you also have like Grand Bonnet in and out, from Rainbow, and that's got to be, you know, a blessing as well, Um, and
yeah, I mean, it started off good, and then it just deteriorated. Graham had always been very vocal about not liking this kind of music, and he fought it. We would write stuff, and he would fight it. And the things that he would write were, we would have to really work hard to make them fit the band. Um, his lyrics, I mean, he wrote cool lyrics and melodies, great, but musically, when he would sit down with an acoustic guitar, it wasn't happening. It just didn't work. But he fought it. He hated this kind of music. So, and yet this is what he's known for.
yeah, yeah,
And he's, his any quote unquote hits, Since You've Been Gone, that's written by somebody else. All Night Long was written by Rainbow, Roger Glover, Ritchie Blackmore.
hmm
Graham's not really a writer that way. He hasn't written any hits for himself. Night Games back in the old days, that was written by another writer. And way back, that was all Barry Gibb, the Bee Gees. So, yeah, that was, it's better that we moved on, that Graham moved on and does his thing, does it the way he wants to. And now Giles Lavery just sings the crap out of this stuff. And we've done over 100 shows with Giles. And we got this re-recordings coming out,
yeah, yeah. I want to get to that too. And you also got, Jeff Loomis in the band as well. For those who don't know, was in Nightwish. Um, Great guitar player as well.
Yes. Yeah, great.
Uh, I mean, like I said, you guys kind of had great musicians come in and out. I dare to say that it's more, you're not as extreme as like Megadeth, who has a different a different lineup for every different thing. But you guys had a lot of people come in and out. Are you guys settling down now, you think, with the musicians that you have?
Yes, I think so. I think the lineup's probably going to be pretty solid because it's a lot about people. It's about the personalities, and that's honestly more important to me than the musicianship.
Yeah.
You got to be a certain level to play. Period. I mean,
hmm
so that's all fine. But like Joe Stump, Joe's a shredder. Joe can play his ass off. He's an amazing musician. I mean, he's an associate professor at Berkeley. A great musician. But Joe is a really good guy. He's fun to hang out with. He and I room together on the road. We have a ball. Every time we're together, we just have fun. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
And he's a real professional on the road and in the studio, whatever. He's a real pro. So you got to have people like that. Everybody in the band needs to be like that. And Giles, the singer, Giles is like that. Giles just, he gets the job done. I mean, Giles sings his ass off. And you could just say, hey, we got to sing that song. Like, we got to do that right now. We got an hour. And Giles go, okay, put on the mic. And he just sing it.
Nice.
Kill it. And
Because I know, yeah, yeah. I know for me, it's hard when you you have a band and you like, okay, this is my band or the band that I know, and then they have band members come in and out. It's hard to stay for me. It's hard to stay focused on a band that goes in and out. Nowadays, it's not so much. But my younger youth, it was like, what? You band members are leaving. You kind of check out a little bit as fans because you're fans of that lineup or that. And how do you get your fans, I don't want to say back, but to understand that this is the best lineup of Alcatrazz at the moment?
Well, my theory is if it's good, that's what the music does the talking.
Yes.
So if we're really good and the singer is really good and we represent those songs really good and kick ass, a lot of energy, and it sounds like it's supposed to sound, we're okay. The fans will come back, or the ones that are there that are on the fence or whatever you want to call it, will be okay. They'll like it. And as we tour around the world, we play for people that weren't that familiar with the band at all, and they go away as fans. They go, God, you guys were just great. I really enjoyed this, and I love these different aspects of the band with these people. So I don't worry about it, to be honest. I just kind of like, if somebody leaves or has to leave, well, then you replace them. You get somebody else. There's a jillion musicians in the world.
Yeah.
And we've been very fortunate that it's all word of mouth. We know people that know people or something. We haven't had to hold auditions. So they're all friends or people that we've worked with. So it's worked out really well. And I don't think anybody that sees us or hears the music will be disappointed or feel that, oh gosh, I like that other lineup better. I don't think so. I think,
Yeah. And I got to hear the new track or re-recorded Jet by Jet, and it sounds great. So so tell me about the re-recording of this album. I have it here. I'm gonna kind of show the audience as well. I have it, or did have it.
pardon? I don't have, it's not pressed yet. I mean, I don't have a pressing or anything. But we did that because we love those songs. We've been playing those songs live for, like I said, with Giles as the singer. We've been playing those songs live for 100 shows. So we thought, this is crazy. We play, but not enough people are hearing Giles as the singer. So we thought, and he's killing it. So we thought, we got to record this stuff. So we went in and re-recorded it. And I feel great about it. I don't really overthink things like cutting Jet to Jet. It's like, yeah, we're going to play Jet to Jet. Everybody knew what to do, and we'd all played it, and let's do it. And so we recorded it, and it was like no big deal. And then Giles sang some of the previous songs off the last couple albums. We replaced Doogie on some of those with Giles. No offense to Doogie, just we needed to get Giles recorded and out there. So that was the number one reason for doing all these re-recordings, is to show them the new band. Really, this is what we are now, and this is what we do. And it's, the singer has a lot to do with that, obviously. And Giles sings that material just fantastic. I mean,
and I'm going to show everybody, this is the new album, Prior Convictions here. So did you just take different songs between the catalog, or how did that work?
Well, we had been playing a lot of that stuff off of No Parole. So
Okay.
we started there. We thought, well, we got to record this stuff because we were playing it live. And, when you're playing something live, it either works or it doesn't. And it was all working. The crowd was digging it, and we were having fun playing it. So we knew that those group of songs off No Parole, we're going to record those. And then we thought, well, and then some of that material is off the last few albums that Doogie sang. And we do those songs live.
Okay.
Little Viper, we start the set with that. And Giles has been singing that now for 100 shows. And he sings it great. So we thought, great, we'll do that one. So it was all based on what we feel we do the best, and we're not trying to rearrange anything or redo something differently, or we thought, let's just represent the song the way they're supposed to be played and sound.
Right. And then I imagine once this is done and people got to hear him, you're gonna record new music and all that. I'm sure that's coming eventually down the line.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so who are you touring? You're on tour right now?
No, we're going out in November
Okay.
uh, for a lot of shows in Scandinavia and Europe with Girls School
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
and Bangalore Choir.
Okay.
So David Reese is a good friend of ours, and I've worked with David. David's sang on a record for me, a different record that I did with some other people, and he sang and wrote great, and I love the guy. Um, so that'll be fun.
I think I'm interviewing him later on today.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, tell him I said hello.
I shall.
Yeah, he is a. I just love his voice. Always did. Um, and I actually finally got to meet him. You know, only in the last few years have I actually got to meet the guy.
Oh, wow.
But I can't. It's going to be fun touring together.
Yeah,
I know
for sure.
he's a real pro. You know, and he's been there, done that. So, and the girls in girls school, we've toured with them a lot, and they are the best. They're just it doesn't get more professional than that, and nicer people, and easier to work with.
Yeah. So is it easier I doing it now than it was in the past? I mean, because you got all your angst done in the early days, and now you get to kind of enjoy
Yes,
what you're doing
yeah,
rather than, you know, of course you enjoy what you're doing. Otherwise, in the early days as well, otherwise you wouldn't be doing it.
but less
Right.
drama.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah. There you go. Because
lot
I
less
think
drama.
you learn lessons. You
Yeah,
find what you like, what you don't like,
that's it.
and and it's kind of like, I get to just enjoy what I'm doing. And you get to go to Scandinavia. I mean, and across Europe. I mean, and still to this day, that's pretty cool. Um, whether it's are these clubs like
Uh,
1,200 people type?
most are clubs. Uh, some of them big clubs. We played a few of them in Finland. We played a couple of those clubs that we're playing. We played them before. They're probably 1,000 seaters,
Okay.
kind of thing. Uh, the ones in Europe, we've played some of those clubs as well, and some are 500 people, 400 people,
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
or bigger. Uh, and I think we're playing a couple of. We're I in in Stockholm. We're playing a Viking cruise ship.
Oh, okay. That's gotta be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good. That's a pretty big venue. um, it's a couple of thousand people on that thing. Uh, and I don't. We're playing with girls' school. Bangalore Choir won't be on those shows. They join us in Europe. So I don't know who else is going to be on that bill, but that's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to that. I love playing in Sweden. The people, they like to rock.
Yeah, they
That,
sure do.
and I've never played on a cruise ship. So um, I don't think we're going to cruise anywhere. I think it just sits at the dock, but it's a big ship. It holds like 3 or 4 thousand people. So it's a real cruise ship.
Yeah, yeah.
Viking line. So, you know, they're the real deal. So it'll be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's not many people can say they played on a Viking ship.
Yeah.
And so, do you do a lot of the festivals as well that hit Europe as well? Because there's a lot of festivals in Europe.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Last year we did Wacken. Uh, we did several festivals, and to be honest, I can't remember the names of all of them. I remember
Yeah,
Wacken was pretty special. Um,
Hellfest as well, I think.
yes, yeah, that rings a bell. um, so we play some festivals. This tour, there won't be as many festivals. I think we're playing a couple, but not as many. Uh,
Yeah, I mean the season's kind of
yeah,
starting to end, so for
yeah.
sure. Um, Are you doing anything in the States?
No, not right now. We did about 60 shows in the States, in two segments,
Okay.
West Coast to East Coast, and up into Canada and stuff. But right now, there's no talk of doing anything here again. We did it with Girls School, and
Right.
those went great. But the it's just a different vibe over here.
Yeah.
How to explain it? Europe, those people are really invested in heavy metal and heavy rock and this kind of music. I mean, invested for
Yes.
years. That's their heart is in it. Here in the States, it's real hit or miss. You play a show and there'll be not good attendance, and you ask people, gosh, it was advertised, why didn't more people show up? And they go, oh well, the basketball game was on, so everybody
Right.
watched the basketball game or the football game or whatever. uh,
Hmm.
Europe, about the only thing I've seen in Europe that has affected a show was well, they call it football, but in
Right.
England
Yeah.
we played a club, and we played there before and done great. And the club were really nice people. And we played, and there was about 50 people there. And I asked the owner, I said, gosh, what? And he said, well, the way the football tournaments worked out, they couldn't predict, I don't know how
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
big game was that night. And he said, everybody, but people will be here late, after the game. So yeah, towards the end of the show, people were starting to trickle in, but that killed us.
I
Yeah,
bet. It's so hard to gauge in the U.S. who
yeah,
does well and who doesn't. I mean,
yeah,
because even a bigger band can have, sh- I don't want to say shitty turnout.
yeah,
Um, whether it's and I don't know if it, football or sports or whatever it is going on. They, it's like it's definitely a hit or miss. I mean,
yeah,
it's I think it's tough for everybody except for like we'll just say Metallica out there, and because they're gonna almost sell out every show they go
oh
to.
God, yeah. They play the biggest stadiums, and they
Yeah,
sell. So, um, and rightfully so. They're a great band. I love Metallica, always have. But yeah, if it's not Metallica or Taylor Swift
yeah,
or
yeah,
it just seems like there's them, and then there's all the rest of us out there
yeah.
fighting.
And, and it's granted, it's tough. Do you have any relations with Metallica at all? Did you have some in the early days as well?
With I'm sorry,
Metallica at all?
no, I
No,
never met those guys.
you guys never played at all.
Nope, nope. I've seen them, but I
Yeah,
never played a show with them.
really.
Know any of them? No.
That's too bad because I would imagine that you guys would have.
Yeah, it'd be a good bill.
Yeah, I think it would be a good bill. I think they should. Well, because they were doing things like in the parking lot, right? They had like Overkill play in the parking lot before the
Right,
show even started, and then
right,
they would bring out the three bands that they're gonna have on tour, two bands, and
right.
them. And I think even doing that is pretty cool. Because they Suicidal did it as well, and I thought the first thing came to mind is like you could get Alcatrazz, you can get some of these other bands and put them on there. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be
Because I
great.
think they do pay a good homage
Yeah.
to our that old school type of music, right?
Yes.
And it would be nice to see him do some more. Just pick some more. I don't want to say obscure bands that people may not know, but
Yes.
if you're in the parking lot and you're going to Metallica and you see Alcatraz, you're gonna go, "Oh, who are these guys? They
Yeah.
sound great, right?"
Exactly. Exactly.
And it fits. I think it fits well. I don't know any of the guys, so I got no pull.
Yeah.
So
Well, and it's a lot of politics.
yes, true.
Promote have a lot to do with it. And
Yeah,
in the old days, anyway, was in the band New England I had. We toured with Kiss and Styx in Kansas and all that. And And people say, well, how did you guys get that opening slot, and play those 20 shows with Styx or whoever?
Right.
And it was because we had a hit record. We had a record that was in the top 40 and getting massive airplay. So we drew people. We put people in the seats. Styx didn't need us, but it's always good to know that the place is going to be sold out no matter what. And with Kiss, the same thing. We had a hit record on the radio, so that all made a big difference. Nowadays, you kind of don't really have a hit record anymore. So the bands that you mentioned that play with Metallica have they have a lot of records out and a cult following, and they're good bands, and that's always a must. I'm sure Metallica, they only want good people, good bands opening for them, but promoters have a lot to do with that too.
True.
A band like Metallica can pretty much do whatever they want. I think
and have.
whoever they want to open for them, they could just say to the promoter, hey, well, that's nice that you want this and you want that, but we want so-and-so. And that's
Right.
play an hour show in front or in the parking lot or whatever. So, and I know they do that, which is great. They support this kind of music,
Mm-hmm.
And here in the States, it's tough. So they're helping. And I have a lot of respect for those guys because they've never changed. They've stayed true to what they do, just like Iron Maiden,
Yeah.
thing.
I was going to ask you about Maiden as well. Do you play ever with Maiden at all?
Never done a show with them either.
Wow, that surprises me too.
I knew Adrian Smith. I hung out with him a little bit, but I don't. We never played a show with him. Judas Priest, same thing. We never played with them. I hung out with Rob Halford a little bit, but we've never played a show with him until this Warlord thing that I tour with. We opened for Judas Priest in Italy month, so that was pretty cool. That was a big show, about 10,000 people there, I think. So
wow,
that was cool.
That just surprises me that all three of those bands you have not toured with at one time or another. It blows my mind.
It's a drag, and I've talked to agencies about it. Like, why can't we get that show? And they go, well, the band either wanted certain other bands, or the promoters wanted a band that they felt was going to, sell more tickets. Whoever that would be,
right?
That's what they wanted. And they didn't feel, for whatever reason, we were going to sell tickets. So, there was a point in Alcatrazz's career where people were unsure what direction we were doing.
Right.
I'm not going to point the finger at anybody in particular, but I had promoters tell me to my face, they said, we didn't know what we were going to get. We didn't know if you guys are going to be really heavy or you're going to be like an acoustic act. We weren't sure. We had a direction issue at one point. So that hurt us. We're still digging our way out of that, I think. Not so much direction, but just ourselves back on the map. And
and hopefully, because like I said, when I think Alcatrazz, I think of all those bands we mentioned.
Yeah.
And there'd be no reason why like you and Accept and Saxon or couldn't go on a tour.
Yeah.
I think that's a great bill. I think it's a fitting bill. It's just one of them things that it just I want to say drives me crazy because it probably drives you nuts as well. Why things aren't clicking and why you haven't been, I don't want to say exposed, but I mean, get on these tours that are no brainers to me. I mean, I think about it.
And to me too, I think about it and I see some of these tours going out and I go, no offense whatsoever to the bands that are opening for them, but like we could be there.
Yeah.
We would do the thing, and we're a good act, and I know we have a lot of fans. We can't pack an arena, or a 2,000, 3,000 seat theater, but we have a lot of fans
Yeah.
that are real hardcore fans that love what we do and come see us and stuff. We played in on that American tour that we did do last year. We sold out Boston at the Paradise. That was about 1,200 people. We sold out a theater in Manhattan, in New York. That was over 1,000 people. That was 1,500, 1,800 people. There was another one we played in. Anyway, we had 3 or 4 shows on that tour that we sold out. We did great.
Yeah. I know I listen, you know who Jim Florentine is?
Yes, the name, yes.
Yeah, yeah. He's a comedian, whatnot. Well, he does a metal show on Sirius XM, two, a 2 hour metal show and rock, whatever you want to call it. And you guys are always on it. Somebody will request you guys. Same with like Raven, Riot, some of the bands that just can't or didn't get that break, right? And
Yeah.
those tours. And every time I do, they talk about this stuff, and I'm like, so why doesn't a promoter get these bands, all 3 of those, 4 of those, whatever bands they are, and my cat's gonna walk right through and just set up a bill, and
Yeah.
because there's old school. Most of us, we're in our 50s now and plus, and who remember, and I don't see why you can't get a good bill on that. And just like I said, I think it's a great bill. Any of those bands,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
uh,
You're right. I think you're absolutely right. We have played with Raven. We did some shows with them in England, and they're the coolest guys. And those shows went great. And we did. The attendance was okay. Was pretty good. It wasn't fantastic. They weren't. It was about 1,000 seat clubs kind of thing. And we didn't sell them out, but it was a really good show.
yeah,
Both bands together kicked ass. So everybody that was there really enjoyed it. And oh, you guys were great, and Raven was great. And so you're right. That's really good entertainment. That's good,
yeah,
good metal. And why there aren't packages of that put together, I don't know. In Europe there are, uh, but in the States it just doesn't seem, because like I've talked to a lot of bands here in the States, and they say, oh yeah, we tour. And I go, oh really? I haven't heard about you touring anywhere. Well, their tour is, they're from Chicago, they tour, they go to St. Louis, or they go to Kansas City, or they go to,
right.
but they can't tour. They go out and
Mhm,
for shows, they got a gig at a college in St. Louis or whatever,
right.
but they can't tour. And in Europe, I see bands over there that I've never heard of, good bands, never heard of. And you look, these guys are doing 30 shows
Oh
all
wow.
over Bulgaria to Sweden, and a lot of bands. And I just don't understand that. It's like that atmosphere over there for this kind of music is great.
Yeah, it's crazy for sure. Cat. Um, so I guess my next thing, I would be dismayed if I didn't mention Ozzy, um,
Yeah.
and what impact he had on you and Sabbath and whatnot.
Sabbath had a big influence on me. I mean, as a keyboard player, not so much. Don Airey is amazing. I mean, it wasn't that I wasn't influenced by Don Airey, but Black Sabbath to me, it was their songs and their attitude, and I loved the Ronnie Dio Black Sabbath. Oh my God,
Yeah,
I love Ronnie Dio. He was my favorite heavy metal singer, if you will, but just one of the best singers that ever, period. Um, and I loved that. But I loved Ozzy. I had seen them with Ozzy, and
oh okay.
it was great. And I met Ozzy. We played in Reno. Alcatrazz played in Reno a long time ago. We were opening for Night Ranger, And Ozzy was playing the big venue there, and we both stayed at the same hotel. So we were in the bar, and we're just hanging out talking. So I hung out with Don Airy for a minute, and then Ozzy came over and sat down, and we talked, and he was real normal. People think he's like all this crazy.
Mhm.
Could he even talk? Could you even? That's insane. He was a really normal guy.
So this was back what, 84?
Yeah. I mean, quirky.
Yeah.
Like you are, and I am, and like everybody is. But a gentleman, a nice person, and not. You could sit and have a conversation with the guy.
Yeah.
And if you've been drinking, just like you or I, if we're drinking, that conversation is a little different.
Yeah.
Wasn't any different than anybody else. If he had 5 beers, then he's going to be a guy that just had 5 beers. He's going to be me or whoever. It's not going to be any different. So I really liked him. I mean, as a person, I didn't know him that well, obviously, but I just thought he was a really great guy. He had a great reputation. I had the tour manager in Alcatrazz, Jake Duncan, who was a really good friend of mine, was out with Ozzy for a long time.
Oh, okay.
And he said, great band and nice people. And he said, he really liked Ozzy. I mean, Ozzy had a little bit of an abuse problem off and on, and Jake had to deal with that. Jake says, but as a person, Ozzy was very respectful of people and a nice person and fun, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to miss him. And I think the business was better for having him around, I think was a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I've been, everybody's kind of doing their own thing as far as who's taking the mantle, this, whatever it is. And I've heard stories that when he was talking to James Hetfield after that, it was very surreal because Robert Trujillo was talking about it and how, he James Hetfield kind of kneeled down, to talk to Ozzy because he was still on the throne. And it was kind of like that whole Night King thing.
Yeah.
You're taking over now because theoretically Metallica are the next biggest thing.
Yep.
But, and even though we all knew what was going to happen with Ozzy eventually, he wasn't well.
No.
But I don't know if you watched any of that back to the beginning stuff. I mean, it's all over. So
Right.
I don't know if you watched the whole thing.
I've not watched the whole thing yet, and I want to, but I have not yet. I've seen.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
There's things I liked, I really liked, and things I was okay. But
Yeah.
I mean, it was good, and I think I was more happy for Ozzy to get the send off that he wanted to get sent off. You know what I mean?
He went out on the highest note you could go out on.
Absolutely. How is that possible? I could never do that.
Yeah, I did Parkinson's. My father had Parkinson's, and basically Parkinson's took him. Ultimately, it was because he would have probably lived another 10 years if he hadn't had Parkinson's. So
right.
I know a little bit about it, and I've known some other people that have lost family members because of it. And the respect I have for Ozzy doing that, because he didn't need the money, whatever money Sharon said that, and they contributed a huge amount of money to Birmingham and to Parkinson's foundations and so Ozzy wasn't, some people say, oh, he did it for the money. He did. There's no way he did.
No. It went to children's hospitals in England and Parkinson's.
Yes.
And then, of course, the money hasn't been officially accounted yet because you do have to pay people in the venue, and not so much the artist, but everybody, the food, the all them people.
And the insurance.
Yes.
People forget about that in venues is there's an insurance that can cost a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
So I know I've had a couple of friends that were pretty good sized promoters, and I saw their laundry list. And people think all these promoters, are making all this money. Yeah, if it's Taylor Swift, the promoters are making big money. But you look at a Taylor Swift show, I can't even imagine the expenses to it.
Yeah.
Can't even relate to that, how much that would cost to put that on. Yeah, they made money, but it had to be a fortune. So, yeah, that the Ozzy show, that last show, that was an expensive show to put on.
Sure was.
So there wasn't a lot of money going around there. I mean, and I'm sure pay-per-view or TV, yeah, I'm sure that there was a big payday there somewhere. And the video rights and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, because that to me was an event. It's like,
Yes.
no offense, I love sports and I love football and baseball, but when you have to pay $30 to see a baseball game on pay-per-view or on ESPN or whatever, gosh, guys, it's a baseball game.
Yeah.
They're good players and they're maybe great guys, but Ozzy, he's like an institution. He wrote the book on this. So paying to see him that's nothing.
Yeah. Right. I agree. And I know there's gonna be video DVD of just the Sabbath and Ozzy stuff. We'll see about everything else because there's so many lawyers involved.
Oh,
Different things. I can't imagine. But what I was hoping, even if they don't do live performances, which is fine on a DVD, I wish that somebody filmed it as far as documentary.
yeah,
I think that's important. Not just for our genre of music, but to show what he meant to everybody.
Yes.
And what everybody meant to him, and vice versa. And I just think a cool documentary would be amazing.
Look at the thousands of people that showed up for his funeral.
Yeah.
Tells the story. There was no show.
Yeah.
And there was nothing, as a fan, you didn't gain anything by being there other than making you feel better.
Yeah.
I get to be on TV, or I'm gonna, it wasn't that way. So that tells the story right there. End of story. It's like there were thousands of people paying tribute to the guy, his legacy, and Black. Yeah. That tells the story right there.
It sure does. And I'm hoping that I don't. There's been so many tributes. I don't know if you guys have done one as well or did any, as far as that goes. So we'll move on from that because that's kind of depressing.
Yeah, well, I could talk about that all day.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you got dates in November, and you're going out over. Does that just throughout the year, and then you start 26 with a clean slate?
Basically, yes. We do 20 some shows starting in Gothenburg, Sweden, and I think we end in Dortmund, Germany. But there's about 10 of those shows are over there in Sweden and Finland, and I believe Norway. I don't think Denmark, but anyway, I kind of don't pay much attention. I like, okay, when do we leave? Oh, I see my ticket showed up. Okay, there's my info. I'm leaving at 9:00 in the morning from O'Hare Airport, whatever. I don't look at all the shows individually. I want to jump, I'll see something like, the cruise ship thing in Stockholm. That's going to be fun. But a lot of those, I can't even pronounce the names of the cities. And we played Germany so much. I can sort of recognize some of the names, but I don't, a few of those clubs I recognize, and I know, we played there before, so that's going to be great. But yeah, and then we're writing for a brand new studio, Alcatrazz. Okay. So right now that we'll start recording after the first of the year, or actually we'll start recording before then. This re-release will come out in November, and then we'll be working on a new record November, December, and then January, February, so
So, any plans of touring in 26 as of now, or are you guys just gonna work on a new record?
well, we're going to definitely work on the new record, but there's talk about February, March, some stuff going on, and I don't know what. And I don't get too invested in like, well, there's some ideas being kicked around, or we might do this or might do that. I stay focused, and then somebody will come grab me and go, "Hey, we're leaving," or like I said, okay, we're leaving on the 25th of whatever. We're going, the tour starts, blah blah blah. I don't stress out over it and don't think about it too much. I try to stay focused on the music. I practice,
Right.
and I'm writing, um, and I don't think too much about the dates because I play the way I play. They're all. I don't care if there's 10 people or 10,000 people. To me, it's just as important. And nowadays, when you play a club and you look out and you go, wow, there's only 50 people here. Well, not really, because those people are filming and you're going to be on YouTube,
Right.
thousands of people instantly. So if you don't play your heart out, it's going to show up on YouTube. People are going to say, yeah, I saw that the video of them playing at such and such a club in Kansas City, and yeah, they weren't very good, so
That's a good point. Because I
it,
know,
a lot of bands don't think that. A lot of bands
oh
go,
yeah, you're
play these shitty gigs, we're only in front of 50 people. We need to be in front of thousands. And I say, you were in front of thousands, you
right.
know, 500 or 1,000 or 2,000, whatever. Because that's the one great thing that I love about YouTube is that it's instant.
Uh-huh.
People, you see people holding phones in the crowd. And I love it because I know that that's going to be up and people are going to see us currently playing
Yeah.
now, or, they'll see it tomorrow that we just played. And like I said, at the worst case, 500 people are
Right.
people.
That's a good, interesting point that you're making, because a lot of people think, and I say a lot of people, as far as uh, do not like it. Whether it's Tool, Ghost, they don't want that stuff. But then again, they don't need that stuff, right?
Huh.
Um, so I think you bring up a great point. Not to toot my own horn, but I literally just created a TikTok account like 2 days ago. And I've
Yeah,
been messing around with that. And I'm like, okay, what can I do to promote who I'm interviewing, what I'm doing,
right,
and whatnot, and have that crossover with TikTok and YouTube, because this will be on YouTube as well.
right.
And so I just think, you know, it can benefit you. I mean, it really can.
Oh, big
And
time, big time.
And do you get people who come in and say, "Oh, I saw you on YouTube and I came and saw the
Absolutely.
show"?
Absolutely. Uh, the US tour, there was a lot of dates that weren't really well attended. And then, maybe we play somewhere. I forget. We played this one show, and they downgraded before we got there. They downgraded the hall from upstairs, which held about 2,000 people, to a club downstairs. We played down there, which only held maybe 100, 150, and some of the guys in the other bands were bummed out. Oh, they were all devastated because we're playing this tiny little place and blah blah blah. About a week later, I saw footage of us playing in that little place, and there was 400 views of
Yeah,
us playing in that little place, and we played great. Everybody played great. We had fun because it was small. I was like, people were right there. I could reach out and touch people, and the stage was only 6 inches high.
right.
That to me is fun. I play on the floor. I don't care. That's all good. If the people running the place are nice and the sound guys are trying. Not the sound's never going to be perfect. You're never going to have, the best of everything. But if they're doing the best they can and they're nice people, it's going to be a good show. And
Mhm.
talked about, there's going to be 500 people or 1,000 people are going to see you on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, Jimmy, I do wish you well. I do hope good things start happening as far as like get on good bills, get some of these tours going. Um, I think it would be awesome personally. Um, but I wish you well. Good luck on
Thank
the
you.
tours overseas. Good luck on the album, the reissue or reimagined, I guess you'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Reimagine.
Um,
Like, steal that. I'm going to steal that.
Absolutely, you can have it. And
Okay.
then when the new album comes out, we'll do this again if you
I,
don't mind.
I'd
And
love to.
kind of talk about the new album and how things have kind of progressed and everything
Yes.
like that. So
Yes. Yeah.
that'd be awesome.
Great.
So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I
No,
very much appreciate it. And
thank you. You got great vision. You really understand this business, which is great. That's a pleasure talking to you because you got a good grip on where this has been and where we're at, musically. And
right.
I appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely. No, don't even. I wish more people were like that. I do.
Yeah, I
Uh,
do too.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. And
Yeah,
and I think about things a lot. And
I
so
can tell. I can tell. I mean,
and I
gla-
got nobody to talk to.
yeah. Oh man, the glass is half full. That's what I
Right.
like. It's all good. I love doing what I do. I'm so lucky to do what I do with the people I work with. So I feel extremely lucky. I got a Kansas City question to ask you.
Sure.
Years ago, I ate at a barbecue place. That was the best I've ever had in my life. I think it was Arthur Bryant's.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's still there.
It's still here.
That
It's a high-end restaurant though. I mean,
oh,
it's
okay. This was anything but that. This
oh,
was
really?
Yeah. You walk in there, you didn't want to put your hands on the table. It,
Yeah.
it,
Well,
but
they have there's a bunch of them here, right?
uh,
Um
okay, there.
and you'll talk to people and they'll say it's Jack Stack, it's Arthur Bryant's, it's Q39, it's um you know, there like I said, they're a dime a dozen, really.
Yeah, this
And
was 1979.
okay, it's probably before they got really big.
Yeah, everybody told us this is the place. This is the
Yeah,
place. Uh, and we went in. The wall was covered with pictures of presidents. John F. Kennedy had eaten there like 3 times. And
really.
thing, he didn't just sign the picture. He wrote, complimentary thing about the barbecue. Several presidents had written stuff on their pictures about it.
Awesome. Yeah,
And
I could say I've never been there.
sports people, I mean, a lot of famous people had eaten there. And like I said, it was dirty is not a nice thing to say, but it was funky. You
Nah, it's to me.
close your eyes and just go, it's gonna be okay. All these people, it's gonna be okay. But the barbecue was off the hook. Just
Well, I mean, those places, those little hole in the walls are probably my favorite
yeah.
just because I don't know what they do. I don't know, but some of it's just amazing. And then some of the high end stuff that people crave, I'm like, it's okay. It's not my favorite, and I don't. And but everybody has their own favorite here. It's very very strange as far as barbecue goes, and everybody takes their barbecue serious. I have a friend who does competition barbecue, right?
Wow.
And that's totally out the door from your normal barbecue because he's doing injections and this and that and cutting it
God.
and it's amazing. I had him do some chicken and ribs for me, and when we used to work together, and it was amazing. It's so good, but the thing is, though, is you're not getting the fat. You're not getting that stuff because it's competition. So he makes it the way competition would, and so I think he kind of misses some things, but at the same time, it was amazing. if you ever go to a competition barbecue, you won't be disappointed. I'll tell
Wow.
you that.
Ben.
Yeah,
We,
they have them. They have them here. It's called the Kansas City Royal, and they'll do it at the Speedway. That's how big it is.
oh my,
All these people doing their own barbecue, and it's crazy.
I
It really
played
is.
Lincoln, Nebraska 100 years ago with this band, and we played at the University of Nebraska. And they sort of adopted us. This one fraternity sort of adopted us, liked the band, took us to this party at their place. They had dug a pit and did a pig.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, this was incredible. I don't know how much I ate that night. I can't even, I ate way more than I could normally eat and drank more, but it was so good. But that was, yeah, they were so serious about the way they cooked that. These guys, young guys,
Hmm.
but they had enough experience doing it. They were, I mean, I was there when they cooked it, and I was amazed at how much detail and care they take. Blew me away.
Yeah, it is. I mean, people. It until the television market came to shine a light on some of this stuff. You know, we
Yeah.
didn't know. There's so much good stuff out there. It's like
Oh yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
And I dabble, and I cannot get things. I'm not that good. But I like to barbecue, of course, but I'm no, not at all, not close. But even other foods, I don't have the patience for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't
as
really.
far as that goes.
I don't really either. I just go somewhere and get it where
That's
someone
right.
else has
That's
done it. And
somebody who knows what they're doing. Now,
yeah,
I don't mind if I would sit there and watch them do it. Maybe I'd learn something.
yeah.
But as far as like, I don't want to watch it on YouTube and try and figure it out.
No,
I
no.
want I want someone to show me what I'm doing, what I can do, and how to do it. And then I
Cook,
think that's how I learn anyway. Show
yeah.
me how to do
Oh,
this
yeah.
stuff.
I cook flank steaks, but it's real simple: salt, pepper, garlic, and barbecue. And I just watch. Don't overcook them. A little olive oil on them. Smear. I don't go crazy with that stuff, but I just don't overcook it. To me, is the golden rule.
Right.
Not overcook it.
So when you're on the road, what's your favorite food?
So, well, excuse me. Unfortunately, never get my favorite food on the. I mean, I'll tell you, we played in Sweden about 5, 6 years ago, and we played this small boat, probably only held 50 people, and it was hard to even set up and play. I was playing under like this stairway, and not to hit my head, and the people were so nice, and the man that owned the boat to put on the show said, "Well, my wife is going to cook chili for you guys." And I'm thinking, oh, we're in Sweden. What is this going to be?
Right.
Woman came up to me and she says, "Do you like Texas chili?" And I said, honestly, I don't know what Texas chili is. She goes, "Well, it's hot." And she starts explaining it. She cooked this chili for us that was the best chili I've ever had in my life. I
In
mean,
Norway
it,
or Sweden.
we, uh, it was incredible. And the hotel we stayed at was this beautiful old incredible place. Was we walked there from the dock, and I walked in the lobby, 30-foot ceilings like a castle, and they had about a 10 by 10 picture of Ronnie Dio,
Oh, really?
a painting, a really good painting of Ronnie Dio. And the 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 name of the town was Helsingborg. And I thought, oh, okay, we go to the hotel. It was the Helsingborg something, and they had coffee cups that had the devil, a relief of the devil's face on them. And they had this whole tie-in with Ronnie Dio,
Oh,
his
with
devil.
the horns and everything.
It blew me away. But the town was called Helsingborg, and it was amazing. But that chili was off the hook, and the food at that hotel was amazing.
God, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was I think I had a steak at the hotel that was just great.
That's like total Americana.
Yeah. Well, and they try real hard. In some places in Europe, they try really hard to be that, and it's not good at all. They don't get it.
Right.
Like Japan, it's terrible. You get a hamburger in Japan, look out. They're bad news.
I'd see. This is my thing. If I go wherever I go, I want to try what they have.
And
Not
that's
all of it, because there's a lot of stuff I can't do. I'm not eating like squid. I'm not eating raw fish. I'm not eating that stuff.
well, I've
But
done a lot of that in Japan, but you're absolutely right. When you're in Rome, do as the Romans. And what
correct.
done, I tend to noodles or beef the way they do beef and stuff. I've been there 10, 12 times. Tried hamburgers, all this famous place, and this terrible, 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 terrible. Had Indian food. It was okay. Nothing like the Indian food I get here in Chicago. Not nearly as good. So I just finally said, you know what, this is stupid. When I'm in Japan, I eat Japanese.
Right. And it doesn't have to always be like everybody thinks sushi's a raw fish. It's
No,
not.
no,
Uh,
I eat beef over there.
it's cured, and you can do whatever you want over there. But I love culture, so I want to. There's certain things I want to try when I go. If I were to go to Italy, I want to try some things.
Oh
You
my,
know,
uh,
I probably get fat.
that I would, boy. There's some really good food in Italy. We just played there and ate this pizza place. That was the pizza was insane. It was paper thin and burnt, and the sauce was real thin. Oh my God! And the sausage, the it was off the hook. It was like everybody saw the pizza in Italy, and I'm like,
Right. I've heard that too.
but that's twice now that I've experienced that in Italy, different parts of Italy, and the pizza was off the hook. And they
Yeah,
get this,
and I think that's people forget when they go on tour and whatnot. You know, to experience some of this stuff. Sure, you don't get to see the sights. I get that,
no,
because, but maybe you could experience the food.
that
That's a little bit of
yeah,
heaven, right? I mean,
yeah, exactly. Because you might see the site if you get lucky. On the way to the hotel, you wow, that's an incredible church or something, But generally speaking, you don't. Like I've been everywhere in the world and seen none of it, kind of thing.
yeah. I mean, that's most of the musicians I talk to say the same thing.
Yeah, but the food, I get to experience the food more than the sights, which is great. Like playing in Greece, I love Greece. I'm part Greek. My mother was Greek,
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm in Greece. I look for certain kinds of foods, and they're so good.
Yeah.
you
I
know,
mean, my ex wife was Greek, so we'd go, um, to the church, and they do the Greek festivals,
right?
and I always love it. They treat me like, you know, they didn't care. I put it
It's
that way.
very warm people.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I drank a lot of metaxa. I drank a lot of ouzo. I drank, and this is with the priest and with the
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and the priest is in there smoking,
Oh yeah.
while we're smoking, while we're drinking this stuff.
Yeah.
He
It's
takes a couple
loose.
shots,
It's a
and he's
loose.
like, "Okay, I'm gonna go," and he
Yeah.
takes off. And me and another person of the church, we drinking ouzo, and I was just like, it's kind of blown away. Um, and I love the euros. They're the way they make them. I love them. I love the
Oh,
my ex sister in law showed me how to make.
you ever
She
had spinach pie?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Show me how to make. What's that?
Baklava,
Yeah,
moussaka.
it was baklava. Yeah,
Baklava.
and it was just layer of sugar, sugar, layer of
Yeah,
sugar, sugar.
sugar, and more sugar
Yeah,
that are covered with some kind of a caramel or something, and then more sugar.
yeah, it's crazy. It's good. They showed me how to make it, and
Yeah,
yeah, I've made it a couple times since. It's just a lot of work, and I'm like,
yeah,
"Sh-"
yeah. It
But
is.
my favorite is like Slovaki. I
Yeah.
love Slovaki.
Oh God, yeah.
It's just some of that stuff is just amazing.
Wow.
Um, but
That's cool. We, well, I'm doing a rock interview with you, and we end up talking about food. It's
I know, right?
great.
It's good. I mean,
It's really,
it's. I think that's and that helps. I think food and music bring people together.
absolutely.
Um,
You're
and it doesn't matter. You could be at a barbecue. You could be,
that's
sitting on your front lawn with your neighbor.
that's right.
It doesn't matter. It's always about good food and good people and good music.
That's
And
right. You're
screw the damn. I get it. There's a lot of division with politics, but if people stop dealing with that and just say, you know what, I don't care about the red and blue.
yeah.
I don't care what side of the aisle you stand on as far as this
Yeah.
or this.
You're a good person, and we
Yeah,
get along. That's great.
yeah. Let's drink a beer.
We're
You
yeah,
know.
yeah. Don't talk about it. We're
Yeah,
done.
and I think if more people stop talking about it, they'd be happier.
It's like when you hate somebody. I talk about people that they hate this person, hate this person. I go, you know what? That I'll tell you who that's hurts is you.
Yeah,
You get that hate pin up in you every time you think about that person. You got that. I was guilty of it. I don't anymore. But boy, I remember, and it would fill apart. It would took up space in my head, and it was a bad feeling. And that
yeah.
person didn't feel that.
No, and hate's a pretty strong word.
Yeah,
I mean, you can dislike somebody, fine, that's fine. But
yeah,
to hate somebody, I mean,
yeah.
that's 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 you want the. It's like when people say, "I want to see them dead" or this or that.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's just horrible.
yeah.
Unless he's a pedophile, then I'm like all for it. Let the system
Absolutely.
take care of it.
Yeah.
But
Go
in
per-
general, you're like, I hate that person, or I wish that person was dead, or this and that, and I'm like, are you
They
kidding me?
stand for that. You're that's in your head now. That's bad.
Yeah, because they don't care. To be honest with you, they
No,
really don't, and they probably don't even know.
no, they don't know, and you're absolutely right. They don't care. They would look at you and go, "Hey, too bad," you know.
Yeah, right. And that's a good attitude to have. It's like I don't care anyway. And I grew up with that, and I'm sure you grew up with that. Being in a musician, you know, people not liking you or whatever. Who cares? You don't like me, fine, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah,
Move on. There's plenty of others to take your place,
yeah, yeah.
and your audience grows from that, and you know, and your audience is also word of mouth. So
Oh, that's stronger than anything.
yeah.
Somebody sees you live, and they tell a friend, and they tell a friend, and they tell a friend.
Hmm.
That's the
Especially some of these younger kids. I mean, they are getting it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
they're starting to get to the older school of hard rock and heavy
yeah.
metal, and
Absolutely.
and it amazes me, and I applaud them for sure. You know, I can't tell you how many times I hear that 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 generation, just the '80s in general, late '70s, '80s, that's their favorite type of music,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Um, whether it's hard rock, the '80s
They
glam
get
rock, or the
their
thrash.
parents. They get a lot of that from their parents. From
Correct.
generation, it's you and I now are the parents.
Yeah.
So what are we listening to? What are we doing? The kids get it by osmosis, and
Hmm.
then they grow up loving that and knowing about Black Sabbath and
Yeah.
the Who, and as well as other bands. But
Hmm.
so yeah,
I'm sure you're like me, as I hit the YouTube rabbit hole, and I'm just going. I go down, and I'm like, holy
oh,
cow, how did I miss this?
yeah.
You
I
know?
spend too much time on YouTube. I
Yeah.
don't have Facebook, so I spend a lot of time on YouTube. I'm always sampling stuff on there. Something will come up on that string on the right, and I'll go, "Oh, I wonder what that got."
Yeah.
And I'll click on it for a minute, and yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, I've taken a lot of time, and
Well, I
you know,
appreciate it. I
I know
appreciate.
we went over a little bit, but
Oh, it's all right. I
again, thank you so much for hanging out with me.
oh,
And
thank you for your time.
oh, absolutely. And I'll catch up with you. I'll talk to Michael here,
Okay,
once the other album comes out, and we'll do
I'm
something.
I'm good anywhere in the world. I can do this. So
That makes it nice for sure.
yeah. All
All
right.
right. All
Well,
right,
thank
Jimmy. Thank you so much.
you very much.
Bye.
Good luck. Bye bye.